Hey fellow knitters, welcome to my Colorwork Series. In this particular episode, I'm going to be showing you how to do three-colored stranded knitting. So I'm working on a piece right now, and the majority of the sections, it's Fair Isle, which is a stranded knitting, which uses two colors. So I've got one color for the background and then one color for the foreground. In this particular section that I'm working on right here, I'm actually working with three colors in the section. So I've got the dark navy color, that's this right here, and then I've got the light purple, and then I've also got the lemon color. So I'll show you a technique that I use. It's pretty simple. There are a variety of ways that you can hold your yarns with regard to working with three colors. I usually, when I knit stranded knitting, I usually do the two-handed method. So I carry the dominant yarn in my left hand using Continental, and then I carry the other yarn using it's usually the background color that I put in my right hand, knitting English style. So in this particular demonstration, I'm going to demonstrate how to continue to use the yarn dominance using the navy in my left hand, and then I'm going to alternate using the purple and the yellow yarn on the right side, and basically throwing both of these yarns. So this yarn I'm picking, which is another term to use, that's where you pick the color by, like that, and then throwing is where you actually take the yarn and throw it around the right needle. So this is the pattern that I'm going to be working with. This is a pattern that I created, and it basically shows the exact pattern that you see here in the actual piece. Now, some of the rows only use two colors. If you notice, for example, row 1. So row 1 only uses the lemon color and then the navy color. But then when you get into row 2, this is where you introduce the three-color concept. So you've got and it's designated as light blue in this, but it's actually the purple is what I'm using for this. You can use any color, of course, but I like to use colors that pretty much contrast with one another. So in this one, stitches 1, 3, 5, and 7, for example, are the purple, and then the navy, of course, is stitch 2 and 6, and then the lemon color is stitches 4 and 8. Also, this pattern I've put at the very end of the video. If you want to use it, I have no problems with that. So you can do it like a screenshot, or you can right-click save if you're viewing it from a computer. If you're viewing it from a mobile device, all you have to do is like a screenshot. So the main thing when it comes to knitting, whether you're doing two colors, three colors, or more, is consistency with regard to your floats. So what I like to do in this case is, this was kind of arbitrarily assigned with regard to the two colors on this side. Whatever color that you want is your dominant color, which is basically the color that kind of sticks out or forward from the work. I always put that in my left hand, so that's always consistently over here. But if you look at it, what we've got going on is the blue is always going to be on the bottom, from the bottom up, facing towards the camera, if you will. The yellow is always going to be in the middle, and then the purple is always going to be on top, and that has to do with where the floats land in respect to one another. And of course, you can see the floats on the back, but they're always going in the same direction on top of one another. So again, the blue is the bottom, the yellow is the middle, and the purple is the top. And that's, I always kind of leave the yarns like that. So I kind of leave the yarn, this one is going to be on the top, over the needle. This one is going to be kind of laying in behind the needle like this. And of course, I always have control of the left yarn with my left finger, because it's always in place like that. So we're actually doing, in this right here, we're actually on row number 10. So if you're following along. So we're going to do a purple, a navy, a purple, a yellow, a purple, a navy, purple, and yellow, and that's the repeat section. So this is actually an 8-stitch pattern repeat. So the first color again we said was purple, so we're going to throw that one, and then the next color is the navy, and then the next color is purple again, and now the next color is yellow. So I'm going to bring this purple back over the needle, over the right needle in its place, and then now I'm going to throw the yellow. So if you notice, the yellow, the float is always in between the purple and the blue. And of course the next stitch is going to be purple, and then navy, and then purple, and then now we're going to do the yellow again. And what's nice is when you pick up the yellow, any tension issue that you have with the stitch around the needle, so originally it may have been a little loose on the needle, that's always automatically corrected as soon as you begin working with it again. Because tension is always an issue with regard to stranded knitting. Now I'm going to be using the purple next, so I laid the yellow back in its place that I've always kept it for, which is in the middle, and now I pick up the purple, and then we're doing a navy, and then a purple again, and now we're going to do a yellow. So see, if you lay the purple like this, now the yellow is going to be on top, and that's not what we want for as far as consistency for your floats. So there's the yellow, and now we're back to the purple, blue, purple, and then picking up the yellow again, and then the purple, the blue, and the purple. So that's the pattern going all the way around. That is for row number 10, and as you see, you've now got the 3 colors going on the needle. So that is a little quick tutorial on one way of knitting with 3 colors. There are other ways to do it. In fact, they even have finger tracks or finger guides that you can get with it. You can put on your index finger, and it's got a rail for 3 yarns, so you can actually keep them in knit all picking or knit all continental that way. So basically, when you have the colors, you just pick the colors that you want at that particular time, so either first, second, or third. So that's another way of doing it. But when you're dealing with if you don't have a guard, or if you want to knit where you're doing the English in one hand, which would be the right, and the continental in the other, you can do the 2 on this side. You could also reverse it. So you could just have 1 yarn over here that you're throwing, and then 2 yarns over here that you are doing in continental. So again, there's about 3 or 4 different ways that you can do it. So thanks for watching my video. Please do subscribe to my channel. I do appreciate comments and feedback, so please do provide those as well. Thank you for watching.